I'm Chef Frank, this is Protocooks, and welcome back to A Pinch of Frank. Today we're gonna make Bloody Marys. Here's what you're gonna need to make my Bloody Mary mix. Black pepper, fresh cracked please, lots of it. Olives with pimentos in it. I like these. They're not really the best olives in the world, but I like them. But we also need some of the juice from this. Hot sauce, whatever hot sauce you like. Horseradish, I like the hot horseradish. Beer, lemons and limes, of course vodka, soy sauce, and tomato juice. All right, let's make the mix. A couple of things I want to talk about before I start is there are a lot of different options to this. I know that some people will use Clamato or Clamato juice. That is a Canadian thing that's called a Caesar. I don't really like it. It's good, but it's just really not my thing. And then people use Worcestershire sauce. I don't really like the flavor of Worcestershire sauce in my Bloody Mary. That's why I chose to use soy sauce. It kind of gives the same flavor profile, but it doesn't have like the spice to it, and that's why I use the soy sauce. So let's get into it. Tomato juice. And I'm making enough for about 4 Bloody Marys. I like to do that and make a batch of this so that it's easy. We just got to pour the vodka over it, right? So give it a shake, right? And I'm going to put about 4 cups of the tomato juice into my pitcher. I'm going to put about half a beer. I like the flavor that the beer gives. Okay. Horseradish, I get the extra hot or the hot horseradish. I'm gonna put about half a container because I really like the spice that it gives. Use your Star Wars tasting spoon for that. I'll wash it off before I taste. Right, so about half a container. Some hot sauce, and again, you can use whatever hot sauce you want. I'm a Frank that doesn't use Frank's. I'm just gonna give like 7 or 8 dashes, maybe like 10 dashes of hot sauce, right? Olives, we're gonna use the olives as a garnish, but I'm also gonna do it's probably gonna be about an ounce of olive juice. Yeah, like a nice ounce of olive juice. We'll save the olives for garnish later. Okay, and then about an ounce or a half an ounce of soy sauce. And this is a Filipino soy sauce that I really like. It just gives a little bit of richness to this. Lemon and lime juice. Squeeze your own citrus, please. Fresh citrus, please. Squeeze it. Right? Fresh citrus in here, right? I have 1 lime and 2 lemons. I like the acidity. It's a nice drink, but for the most part, if you don't put a little acidity in there, it's just salty, but the citrus kind of brightens it up. And because we have a lot of salt in here with the soy sauce and the olive juice, I'm gonna go light on the salt. I'm just gonna give it a little pinch, a nice pinch of salt. And then I'm gonna give it some really nice cracks of fresh cracked black pepper. Crack it a lot. I like the black pepper, it gives some sharpness. Use the fresh cracked stuff. Probably gonna put about close to 2 teaspoons in there. Look at that. Okay, now we're gonna mix it up. Right, get in there, mix it really well. Oh my goodness, look at that. I like to let this sit for at least like a half hour before I make it into my actual drink. I think it gives time for everything to kind of come together and marry. I'm gonna just get my spoon in there, rinse off the extra. So good. It's gonna get a little more salt, just a little. And we're good to go. Let's put this in the fridge, get it cold. Traditionally, Bloody Marys are made with vodka, but as you'll find out, Bloody Marys are super customizable. You don't have to just go with vodka. I'm using an American vodka here. You can use tequila, that's a Bloody Maria. You can use gin, and that's a red snapper, right? These are all things that you can put in it, and it's up to you, the booze you want. I'm sure you could probably put whiskey in it. I'm not even sure what that's called, but I'm sure if you wanted whiskey, you could do that as well. One of the key things to remember when you're making cocktails is to measure things, right? Especially the alcohol in the drink. You want it to be balanced. I'm probably gonna do a 2 or 3 ounce pour. This is called the jigger. That's 1 ounce. This is 2 ounce. You might have seen these in bars, and that's why the drinks in bars are so much better, because they're measuring out the booze. So like I said earlier, Bloody Marys are super customizable, and this is where it gets fun, right? And you can pretty much do whatever you want with this. You've seen over-the-top Bloody Marys with bacon and shrimp and oysters, and I've seen ones with hamburgers and pizza in them. I don't go that route with this, right? For the most part, I think of the Bloody Mary as a drink that you have after you've drank the night before. And it helps you kind of like feel a little bit better. It's got some vitamins and minerals in it from the tomato juice. And I want the garnishes to be like a light snack, right? That's what I'm looking for with my Bloody Marys. I posted on my Instagram recently that I was in the Catskills in New York, and we did a like mini Bloody Mary bar. That to me is my preference. I like to set up a bunch of stuff and let people choose what they want to put in. But what I'm going to show you today is something that I like. This is my preferences for garnishes in my Bloody Mary. All right, let me slice my lemon. I usually take the top and the bottom off the lemon, and then I'm going to cut it lengthwise like this. And what you should do is cut a little like slice in the center, right? And then you can cut wedges. And what happened with that slice in the center is now you can hang that off of the side of the glass, right? And you'll see that in a few minutes. Okay, so my lemons are good. You can take out the seeds if you want. You can take out the pith too. With my jalapeno, I'm just gonna cut it into long strips, right? I'll take out the membrane and the seeds, tap, tap. And I'll just put a few of these in there. It depends on how spicy this is. I would recommend giving it a taste before you put it into your drink. So let's put those aside and let's go make our Bloody Mary. All right, time to make the Bloody Mary. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some olives and I'm gonna drop them in there. I like lots of olives, and I want some down in the bottom as well. I'm gonna take a couple slices of my jalapeno and kind of push it down the side, right? And then I'm gonna measure out my vodka. And I think I'm going to do a 2-ounce pour. I said I might do a bigger one, but I'm going to do a 2-ounce pour, right over the top. Okay. And then I'm going to put my Bloody Mary mix in. Right. I find that when you put the vodka on the bottom and then you put the mix in, it kind of stirs it. You can use a spoon to stir, right? So I'll just give it a little stir. A couple more olives on top. A little wedge of lemon, so I made that cut in the lemon, right? And then a nice stalk of celery. I like having the leaves on there too, okay? And that is my Bloody Mary. I use a stainless steel straw because, you know, save the turtles, okay? And that's it. That's my Bloody Mary. Simple, delicious, and uncomplicated. All right, let's give it a taste. I'm gonna take my lemon and give it a squeeze. I'm gonna blop it in there. Give it a stir, get it down, right? So good, it's tangy. It's got some bite to it from the heat. You can always add more hot sauce if you want. And if I can use my celery stalk, where'd my olives go? I can't find an olive. Oh, there it is. If you can get the olive, you get your celery stalk. Oh, you drop it, put on your celery. Come on. It's a bit of a snack too. So good. You gotta make this. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. We have merch in the description down below. We have a P.O. box down there as well. I want to thank my Patreon patrons for supporting us. Thank you guys. And that's it. That's my Bloody Mary. I'm Chef Frank. This is Protocooks. Have a good one.